Today we're looking at clearing decimals. So this was the second to last question on your last quiz. And when you had done that, most of you correctly subtracted 6.9 from both sides and then divided both sides by a negative 5.7. You absolutely can do that, but just like I clear fractions from an equation, you can clear decimals also. So you don't have to deal with the decimals anymore. Yeah. So here's basically your steps. If I look at each of my numbers, okay, the most decimal places I have is 2 in any one number. Okay? So all I have to do, ladies, gentlemen, are you listening? If I want to clear the fractions, what I can do is I can just take my decimal and I can, if I move this decimal 2 places to the right, then I won't have a number with a decimal in it anymore, correct? I can do that as long as I do the same thing to every other number also. So you start with whatever number has the highest number of decimal points, decimal places. So in this case it's 2. So I just move everybody's decimal 2 places to the right. So what happens on this one? I moved it once, but then, yeah, I'm going to have to put in a 0 as a placeholder, and then twice again. So please take a moment, and you got to rewrite this nicely because there's no way that you can solve it. It's all kind of smushed together. So now I'm going to do 2,343 equals 690 minus 570. And I know you're thinking, gosh, Miss Sabia, now these numbers are so big. I know, but at least there's no decimals. If you like dealing with decimals, you can. You can leave it as is. But now I can solve this, and I just have integers to deal with, and I personally think they're a little bit easier. So what would you normally do now? Subtract 690 from both sides. So that's just a 3, carry the 2, 5, 6, 1. And then I would just do what? Divide by negative 570. I don't know if you remember, but that took you guys forever. You can, but look, I'm already done. Oh, sorry.
How could I turn it into a decimal?
So if you wanted to have your final answer as a decimal, you would have to do long division now. But since you don't ever have to go into a decimal on these, I can just leave my answer. So that took a lot less time. Want to try another one? Okay, good. Let's try, I'm just going to make one up. How about negative 4.2. All right, let's just say I did this. So if I was going to do this the old way, I'd have to add 1.1 to both sides. That's not so bad, but then I'd have to divide that decimal answer by 6, and that's kind of annoying. So now, if I, be careful now, if I want to clear the decimals out, how many decimal places do I need to move my decimal? Just one. The most I ever have is 1 decimal place. So I just have to move everybody's decimal place 1 to the right, which means I really have negative 42, but then this 6 turns into a what? 60. 60x minus 11. This is easier to deal with. Do you agree? Is that a yes somewhere in there? Good. I would now add 11, add 11. Negative 42 plus 11, what's that? Someone said it, I heard it. Careful, they're different signs, so you really gotta subtract them. Negative 31 is right, and then all I have to do is divide by, yes. So I get negative 31 over 60. And I'm done. Joe, are you trying these? Well, you should be. You need a guides. I don't know, Kim. See, why is your paper not out?
It was.
Well, let's get it out. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I didn't know how to do this.
Then it should be an easy thing to do. Let's try one more. So I gave you that. But then you still have a decimal. 0.2, right? Yes. I would move everybody's decimal 3 places to the right, because the most decimal places I have in any one number is 3. So if I move everybody 3 decimal places to the right, I'm going to have negative 570 minus 2x equals 400. No, 4,000, right? The decimal's normally here. I got to go 1, 2, 3. 4,000. Ooh, we almost made a big mistake. And now, just solve like normal. What is the problem?
It keeps making noises.
All you have to do is your math.
It's kind of hard.
What would I do first? Devin?
You would add on both sides 570?
Correct. Good. And then divide by negative 2. Now, 2 does divide into 4,570. So it's not that bad. 4 goes into, or 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into, well, let's just do it. 4,570. 2 goes into 4 twice. Bring down the 5. Goes in 2 more times. 4. Bring down the 1. 17. 2 goes into 17. 8 whole times. 16. 5. 2285. But what do I have to keep? It's negative, right? Because I did a positive divide by a negative. Devin, what's up?
I go up there and show you what I don't understand what.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Is everybody else okay with this?